Hey everyone, and welcome to another video for another day. We are going to get the last Elemental Guardian, and we're going to do so in Hupon-Jen. It's basically the Lost Woods from Zelda. Anyone that wanders in here is doomed to become lost, except this place is also, home to a ferocious, giant white tiger that rules over an entire element. So here's our first fairy, and he literally tells us people that stray into the forest do not leave. This place, and you can see there's bones everywhere, and the sign, beware death, stalk ahead. The sign is unreadable. A beast has scratched everything off. This is not a friendly place. Additionally, this place has, it's a bit of a maze, but the game does force you through areas, so it's not too bad. But on the other side of every single gate, anytime you enter a room, you are in a battle. There's no random encounters. All of this is going to be scripted. So our deck is going to be primarily fire, and some wood cards, because there's no reason not to. We have like 3 water cards, and then obviously some neutral cards because they're just strong. And like all the other elemental areas, we're going to be getting a few earth cards here. Not earth, wood. Also, there's a fairy in this mushroom, because apparently they're soft and fluffy. I personally hate mushrooms, so I can't agree with our little friend there. Fuck. That's gonna go badly for me. Yeah, and you can see, we're obviously going to be using the whipworm just because it's just too good, and there isn't a fire, card that goes around you. There is the fire golem, which when used, it will put a shield of fire around you that will deal damage to anything that you walk into. The problem with that, though, is we only have 1, and it is a summon. So, unfortunately, it's not really viable in this situation. Having a couple might be nice, but only having 1, it's not worth a slot. Oh, damn. We almost got it. Actually, I hope we can get both of these guys in one shot. That is not the button I meant to push. Whatever. I'm fucking bad. This is the best. I get rid of you. I meant to use the cockatrice to, get them both in the cone, and it didn't work. So, fuck it. And another battle. This area is... Luckily, none of the enemies are actually that difficult. Like, the hardest thing that's in here is... Jesus. That did more than I thought it would. The hardest enemies in here, obviously the boss, of course, are probably gonna be the ghost armors. Bees and the evil eyes really aren't a problem. So yeah, I would say the ghost armors. Also, here's our final piece of lore. The remaining god, being the god of harmony, for those of you keeping track, feared that the 2 warring gods would return and renew their destructive war, so that the 2 imprisoned gods should never meet again. The 3rd god split the land into 2 halves. Onto each continent, the 3rd god placed one of the imprisoned gods. The gods sealed the prisons of the other 2 gods with 5 runestones of power. So that answered a question that I don't know if I addressed on camera, I guess. It's weird to say that when I'm not on camera, but whatever. I don't think I mentioned it in an actual episode, but I was wondering why first of all, why there were 10 runestones. And then, more importantly is, they still don't answer this question, but it's what happens if you happen to get 10 runestones? Like, what happens? Can I push you closer so you actually... Oh, killed it. Neat. And yeah, the game never answers that, I'm pretty sure, which is unfortunate because, that's a fascinating piece of lore. Like, these are... Having the runestones is basically an immense amount of power. We're summoning literal, elemental creatures. We're summoning skeletons that feed off the life force of others. We have the power of the blue dragon, which is literally the god of all water creatures. So it's like, we're pretty flippin' powerful. So what happens when we have 5, we're this powerful? What happens when we get 10? And unfortunately, this game never answers that. And even the second game never addresses it, which is kind of unfortunate, honestly. It'd be really interesting to see what would happen if someone had that much power. But, oh well. So you can see, we're basically just making our way. We're going in a circle until eventually we are going to get to the place that we're supposed to be. I was really hoping that was going to hit both. Oh well. We're just going to use our other... We're going to use this. And completely miss. You're an asshole. He's not even paying attention to me. I don't know why. Pay attention to me. There you go. And the poison from the mushroom killed him. That's pretty great. I believe it's going to be this door? Yeah. So basically, we're making our way back to the... Yeah, this room here. This large, more open area. And then we're going to be able to actually continue on and approach the boss. This area is, it's not easy, but it's at least relatively short. I'd say it's kind of easy, but wow, that whiffed hard. That's actually super unfortunate. I'm gonna throw you out, let you do some work. I also put in the red lizards because unfortunately we just don't have any other fire weapon cards to speak of. I would have loved to have used Great Demons, but I only have one, and that's not nearly enough. Okay, then we can boop, and you're done. And luckily we are going to have the Golden Phoenix for the boss fight, so I actually might use it, and it's pretty much going to be like the first time I'll ever use this card. Like, almost ever. I genuinely don't recall ever using it to speak of. Also, by the way, there's another fairy in another mushroom. Sacred Tiger is one of the 4, or sorry, the White Tiger is one of the 4 Sacred Beasts. Did you know that? Yes, I did. I mean, I'm pretty sure the game on the level entry screen even calls like all of them. Well, no, they call them Elemental Guardians. So Sacred Beasts, I mean, it's not necessarily the same, but I mean, you could put 2 and 2 together and get Sacred Beasts. This is where the White Tiger is imprisoned. He's very strong, but if you beat him in battle, I'm sure he'll help you on your quest. I never realized that part. Why is he imprisoned here? You know, the other elemental guardians seem to just rule over their domain. Like, the turtle lived in a pyramid, I guess, for some reason, and would just test those that came to him, but he lived there. You know, the blue dragon, same thing. He lived there, and he would test people that would come to ask him for aid. The Golden Phoenix obviously lived there, and who knows what would have happened if the Demon Fox wasn't there, but, you know, we still completed a quest for someone who lived there. So, you know, why is the White Tiger the only one that is, you know, imprisoned? What am I doing in a place like this? I'm here for the White Tiger, who, here he is. He has one attack, which is to dash across half the screen and smash you in the face, and deal a decent amount of damage doing it. So, what we're gonna do now... Fuck. This kid railed by him again. Alright, we're gonna throw you out. And hopefully that distracts him long enough. Nope, we couldn't even get it out. Fuck me. I'm just trying to get enough gems that I can actually get the Phoenix out without, you know, almost killing myself. Okay, there. But now we're out. Alright, so it's working. Wait, does this also count for... It does. I didn't take any damage when I used that. Unfortunately, I'm now completely out of magic stones, so I'm gonna take some damage. Fuck me. Okay. I need to try and hit him with a red dragon. Right here. It's gonna hurt me a lot, which really sucks, but I gotta get something out. I gotta get some real damage on him. There we go. So that's the White Tiger. He honestly can be a huge problem. I took way more damage than I needed to just to try and get the Phoenix out. The Phoenix is nice, but I'm probably gonna take it out just because, you know, it's not as big of help as I would like it to be. And despite taking 300 damage, we still somehow got 5 stars. Oh sure, now you give me Fenrils. Well, we got 2 of those, and actually we got a new card. We got a Trickster. It's an independent type. It kind of does cartwheels around enemies, and I think everything it does... Yeah, it shoots a sound wave that will do a status condition every time, and it's just random. Now, whether or not the status condition actually works is, you know, up to chance, I guess. So here's the White Tiger. The White Tiger, the game even says, is one of the most powerful summons in the game. It's basically like a chimera as it dashes, but instead of the chimera being like, oh, I have to line it up, and what if I don't hit it? The White Tiger is global. so it will hit every single enemy on the field. Additionally, you may be thinking like, oh, well, the red dragon has an attack power of like 60 or 70. I don't know what it actually is. And that's a really strong card. Actually, it's probably closer to 60. And all of the elemental nuke cards like Fenrir, Ice Golem, their attacks are 80, but they only work against one type. What makes the white tiger so special? Well, because it has almost 100 damage and it affects every element and every single enemy. It hits fast and it hits hard. And it and the blue dragon are arguably the two, first off, the two best cards in the game, but also very, very powerful summons. So we hit 90, he gives us a steel skeleton, which seems odd because by this point in the game, especially if you've been getting all the fairies, like he gave us chaos armor or chaos knight last time, you know, you're gonna have chaos knights, you're gonna have steel skeletons, so it seems a little odd. So there you go. But our next stop is the final area of the game and the final battle against the enchanter. So yeah, we're gonna fix up our deck for the final area and the final encounter. So you're not gonna want to miss it because shit's gonna get real. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.